Good morning, everyone. Here I am going to tell you top 5 mistakes which you should definitely avoid for BRC examination. So let's proceed one by one. First one, reading information brochure. Many people, many students, many aspirants do not read information brochure by themselves. What happens? Some important points they miss. Generally, we get information of these examinations from any notification or from any YouTube video, and we believe completely on them. Don't do that. Go to the official website brcocsexam.in, then download the information brochure and read by yourself. Highlight the important parts. So don't believe in any other's word. Okay. So be responsible. What you read, that is true. Okay. So don't make a blind faith on information from other sources. Okay. So they will not be responsible if they give some wrong information to you, because there are official information brochure, right? So you should definitely read that. Second one is eligibility. BRC examination have a definite eligibility criteria for physics and math, so you have to read very carefully the eligibility criteria from the information brochure itself. Third one, when filling up the form, then you have to take care of your ID proof and photo. The photo you upload should be your recent photo, and it is mentioned that you have to carry one ID proof. And mark my word, the ID proof you should carry which has similar a photo identity with that photo you are uploading. If there are too much difference, then they may create problem. For my case, they have created a problem. When I reached the examination center, then the photo I have uploaded was matching with my face, but the ID proof was which I was carrying, this was an old ID proof, right? I uploaded Aadhaar card. So so that face was not matching with me now. So that created a problem, and I carried two ID proof, but both created a problem, and my face was not matching them, matching with them well. So I have to show them another ID proof, that was my college ID card. So after that, they given me entry. So they will say you in the admit card itself that you have to carry that ID proof which you have uploaded, or at least one ID proof. But I carried two, and my college ID proof is always with me. When I go outside in my purse, it I carry it. So what happened? Finally, I have shown my college ID card, and then my entry was allowed. So take that ID proof in which the photo is matching with that photo you are uploading and your present appearance. So be very careful. Next one, question format in the actual exam. When I was giving the exam, after the examination, one person sitting beside me, he was saying that this exam this time they have given only 60 question. I was saying to him that no, it was 100 question, but he was saying his system was showing 60 questions only. So what happens in the question section here, question number in the CBT mode, here a number of questions in the right side, right corner in a bar, it is shown number of question, and there was a sliding bar side. So when you will slide this, then the other question will appear. Okay, when you will rotate your mouse, the scrolling bar, then the another these questions will appear. In some systems, this was the system, 100 question at a time was not appearing there, so 60 question was appearing, so he has attempted 60 questions only. It was his fault, I would say, because he have to aware of number of question asked in BRC examination. It is 100 question and 300 marks. So so this is one problem you can face. So when attempting the questions, you have to check the question format in the actual exam. So make sure all the questions are visible to you. Just scroll down and click on some questions. And clicking on, suppose you are clicking on question number 67, and then question number 67, make sure that question number 67 is appearing on your screen. So it is very much essential, unless and until some questions you will miss. And the fifth mistake is about preparation. In preparation, there are no official syllabus. No official previous year question, no official answer key. There are few memory based question which are not 100% actual question in some cases, because in 100 questions where students are attempting, very few they remember, and they remember sometimes they are not correct, even there's some modified version, and from those students some people are listening that and some people are uh, sharing those. So they are not 100% accurate, but whatever previous year questions you get in Google or in YouTube, you should practice them. But before that, you should have a complete preparation. And I am telling you what is the preparation, what chapters you should prioritize for your preparation. The preparation related a video I have already uploaded in the channel. If you have not watch that definitely. And I have shown my notes also, how I made note, a very crisp note for that, for this examination, and for and very less time, in very less time, how I completed my syllabus, almost the syllabus. To complete syllabus, you have to prioritize. You can't complete all the thing if you have less time, so you have to prioritize your studies. Now we know in this examination there are four parts: organic, inorganic, physical, analytical. In previous years, before 2023, analytical portion was not significant, but in every year BRC examination they give something unusual. In 2022 they have introduced photochemistry. There are some name reactions from photochemistry they have given, because there are 100 questions, so we expect that 100 question will be easy so that you can solve it very well. But the fact is, from it was the case in 2019-20, this time questions were used to be very easy. But after the COVID-19, after 2021-22, they have changed the pattern, they have changed, increased the difficulty level. And nobody thought I hope that questions can come from photochemistry name reactions, because they are some not so much important part given in net gate examinations. Also in net exams they ask difficult questions from there, but they are not so many important, and that can be asked in the examination. So in every year they give something new, something special, they change the pattern, they change the difficulty level. In 2023 when I have given the examination, then they have given analytical questions, so much analytical question was there. Before 2023 there were not much analytical weightage. Okay, so I am going to tell you that priority order in accordance with the previous year trends which I have seen. Okay, among this four part: organic, inorganic, physical, analytical. Analytical chemistry, it is very huge, so if you start it, it will take a lot of time. So your priority order should be: first, radioactivity. Radioactivity. Among 100 question, you can expect 5 plus question from radioactivity. So first you have to complete that. This mistake I did. I thought, let's complete those basic things for which I have made notes or I have started earlier in any courses. So later on I will complete radioactivity. And it was a mistake done by me. So finally I could not complete radioactivity. So first prioritize radioactivity, because radioactivity questions are very much prominent for this examination. If I tell you the weightage about these four part: organic, inorganic, physical, analytical, and last part I am writing, first part I am writing radioactivity. Radioactivity, organic, inorganic, physical, analytical. If I tell you the apparent weightage, then almost 45 to 50% it is physical chemistry. Then this portion you can say organic chemistry. This portion you can say radioactivity. This portion is analytical, and this part is inorganic chemistry. So according to me, according to the trends I have noticed, these are the distribution, pie chart distribution of the question weightage. First priority you have to give radioactivity, because one chapter is contributing very much portion of the syllabus. Second, you have to prioritize physical chemistry. Third one, you have to complete organic chemistry. Fourth one, you have to complete inorganic chemistry. Fifth one, analytical. Now, radioactivity is a single chapter, we can understand. But physical chemistry, there are so many chapters. How will you prioritize? Let me write the chapters first. Okay, so what chapters you have to study? So I had made one notes, and from that note, I am writing in front of you. And this was a note I made before my preparation. Okay, thermo. Write with me those chapters. Thermo, quantum, thermo plus group theory, thermo plus group theory, then quantum, solid, surface, polymer, spectra, physical spectra, electrochemistry plus conductance, then equilibrium, then chemical kinetics. Equilibrium contains physical equilibrium, physical equilibrium, ionic equilibrium, and phase equilibrium. Physical means actually chemical equilibrium. Okay, so these are the basic chapters you have to complete, and among these also you have to prioritize that which you are going to complete first. Your first priority should be chemical kinetics. From I am prioritizing those chapters, from her definitely the question comes. Chemical kinetics, electrochemistry, conductance, thermo, equilibrium, and another question, at least one question comes from those what you call colligative property. Colligative property. Property. Okay, from colligative property one question comes, from those elevation of a boiling point or calculating the mass of the solute. These types of numerical in 2023 there was also numerical question from here. So this is a very small chapter. It will take hardly 2 or 3 hours for you to complete it. So colligative properties. Next one, spectra. Surface chemistry, it is also a very small chapter. So you have to just not too much details, basic things about surface chemistry, those isotherms basically, and the corresponding formulas and the graph. And the dependence in surface chemistry, there are some dependence on absorption, right? So those basic things of surface chemistry you have to study. Quantum, not don't read too much in too much deep, because it will take a lot of time. Quantum is a very huge syllabus, right? So don't try to if you have enough time, then you complete. But when I am telling you to prioritize this, then first you have to complete just these things, these star marked chapters. First complete these very well, then others just have a read. Quantum, first read up to you can say hydrogen atom, radial and angular wave functions, the Schrodinger equation, polar form. So up to polar form just study and keep it as it is. Later on, if you complete all of this and you get time, then come to this, and for when you will revise this, then again read those. So complete these chapters in this sequence. First prioritize those 5 chapters. No, no, actually 6 chapters. I forgot solid state. Solid state. So these 6 chapters you have to prioritize. First complete those 6 chapters very, very well. And after that come to quantum. And with quantum, there is associated one chapter, that is atomic structure. Atomic structure, from where you have to learn Bohr's theory and the dependence of N with R, okay, energy with N, and velocity with N. These basic things, the total number of node, radial node, angular node, nodal plane, those basic things we complete in the atomic structure part. So quantum is associated with atomic structure. So finally, if I want to conclude the physical part, it will be first complete those 6 star mark chapters, and for quantum, start with atomic chapter and complete up to that uh, angular part, angular part of Schrodinger equation. Just complete those, and other part just read one times. Just have a read. Okay. So thus you will complete your physical chemistry. and the days you have from today, from this point up to the examination, you schedule your plan in such a way that you can complete all of this. Now for organic chemistry. Organic chemistry chapters are photochemistry. In recent time, photochemistry weightage has increased. So organic photochemistry. In photochemistry, there is some photochemistry from physical part also. Keep an eye of those basic part, that is quantum yield. Okay, quantum yield and from physical chemistry, you will understand first law of photochemistry, second law of photochemistry. So just read those and the formula to calculate quantum yield, and practice 2 or 3 problems at least to calculate how to calculate quantum yield. So first one, photochemistry. Now the things you have to study is GOC. Is obvious. Every exam they give questions from GOC. Acid base GOC itself include GOC, acid base aromaticity. Second one is stereo. Third one is reactive intermediates. Fourth one is reaction mechanism. In reaction mechanism, make sure you study SN1, SN2, SNI, SNGP, SN dash. So these all the things you have to study. And for elimination, definitely study U1, E2, U1, CB, uh, EI, Hoffman, Sedgev, and the exception of Hoffman, Sedgev. And there are two name reactions with elimination: Cope reaction, Chugev reaction. Make sure you study those. So reaction mechanism, then name reaction. Name reaction. Don't go too much deep with stereochemical factors in name reactions. As you know, in aldol reaction, there in advanced diastereoselectivity. In manic reaction, there is also diastereoselectivity. Chair from transition state. Don't go that much. Basic name reactions, migratory aptitude. For example, in aldol, in pinacol rearrangement, migratory aptitude. In biophilic oxidation, migratory aptitude. So those basic things you have to understand. Don't read too much basic in class 12 level. Don't read that only that thing. Go a little advanced up to at least graduation level, where you have to understand those migratory aptitudes and basic EZ. Okay. For Wittig reaction, when there will be E product, when there will be Z product, these things you have to study in the name reaction. Don't go too much in stereochemical details. Okay, name reaction. Then very important, reagent. Next, pericyclic. Just write the whole things what you have to study. After that, I'm prioritizing them. Okay. Heterocyclic chemistry. Heterocyclic chemistry. Then biomolecules. Biomolecules. So these are mainly uh, one thing I'm missing. Okay. Spectra. Spectra. Okay. So now I'm prioritizing this organic chemistry, which you have to definitely study. Photochemistry. GOC, acid base stereo. I have to study. Spectroscopy to study. Then reactive intermediates, reaction mechanism, then go for name reaction. Okay, reactive intermediate, carbocation, carbon, basic things you can cover from my channel itself. I am covering with all the aspect of each and every reactive intermediate, all name reaction associated with those intermediates, whatever. Now this should be your priority, and after that, in those part itself, many reagents you will cover. And if you get time, give extra time to reagent. Pericyclic is a very small chapter. Pericyclic and heterocyclic chemistry, don't give too much time with this chapter. Complete, don't give more than 1 day to these 2 chapters, because pericyclic you have to study a very basic way. 3 basic reactions: electrocyclic, cycloaddition, and you know what it is called. um I'm forgetting the name, but allylic, vinylic ether, those name reactions: electrocyclic, cycloaddition, sigmatropic rearrangement. Yeah, sigmatropic rearrangement. So these are very basic thing, and their stereochemistry and their Ez, etc. Those things you have to study, but don't invest too much time from these two chapters, pericyclic and heterochemical, because this is very small chapters. In heterocyclic chemistry, just study those five, six compounds: pyrrole, furan, thiophene, uh, pyridine, indole, quinoline. Those six molecules, and where they basically where electrophilic substitution occurs. This thing you study, and read their dipole moment direction, read their aromaticity order, read their electrophilic substitution rate. Okay, these basic things definitely study. Okay, so this should be your priority order, and those things I am not writing as priority order. Complete them at last. Okay, when you are completing all this, after that, if you get time, complete those. Next one, inorganic. In inorganic chemistry, chapters I am writing: chemical bonding, coordination, F block, OMC, organometallic chemistry, bioinorganic, inorganic spectra. Inorganic spectra means ESR EPR spectra, ESR or EPR, and Mossberg spectra. Okay, main group chemistry, nuclear chemistry, nuclear chemistry, and periodic properties. Nuclear chemistry means itself radioactivity, so I am removing this nuclear chemistry part. So from which part, from what part you have to start? Start with periodic properties, then go for chemical bonding. Definitely complete F block chemistry. Definitely complete. One question from uh, magnetic moment you can expect. Okay, magnetic moment from electronic configure. They will write just the metal ion or the metal salt, for example gadolinium 3 class, and they will ask you to calculate its magnetic moment. Okay, and after that, bioinorganic you can skip. If you have time, just read basic things: in which complexes which metal ions are present, in which oxidation state. Okay, and in the and oxygen containing species, the oxyhemoglobin, oxymyoglobin, etc., there you just read the form of oxygen in which it is binding. It is in superoxide form or molecular O2 form. Okay, just read those things, and the metal ion involved in those structures, and mm, the change in metal ion, if it is a redox pair. In bioinorganic, if you have studied, you will able to connect. If there is a redox pair, then just read those from which oxidation state the metal ion is going to which oxidation state. Okay, so first periodic properties, then chemical bonding, then carefully complete F block element, then go for organometallic chemistry. Just read up to 18 electrons, 18 electron rule. Just read up to 18 electron rule. Don't give too much time, because organometallic chemistry itself very vast. And with 18 electron rule, just complete the basic things about um, you know those four reactions: oxidative addition, reductive elimination, beta elimination, and those four reactions. You just read the basic things, how you would compare the rate when the electron density is high, then which mechanism is followed, right? Like this. So 18 electron rule, and follow some formulas about isolable pairs. Isolable pairs, there are some basic formula: supercloso, hypercloso, closo structure. Those things, those basic things, just study. Don't give too much time about crystal or cluster type of systems. Okay, don't give too much time to them. Organometallic take very less time to complete. Next, coordination, I would suggest you to don't go far beyond to those mechanisms and the spectroscopy things. Just read from basic to crystal field theory, the final of crystal field theory. And from here also, coordination, you will be able to see those questions about there's a microstate calculation. So those formulas definitely you have to study in coordination. So coordination, do basic things up to crystal field theory, crystal field splitting, calculation of CFSE. Those basic things you complete, and after that, for coordination chemistry, read those formulas of calculating microstate. And if you have given four microstates, and you have to tell that which one is most stable microstate. So read those things from coordination chemistry. And from you can read from coordination or from chemical bonding perspective, those molecular orbital theories, how you can make molecular orbitals, what are the splitting patterns of molecular orbital theory, GRAD, unGRAD, what are the splitting patterns of molecules, and uh, read from there. Especially I'm telling you, for MOT, molecular orbital theory, read homonuclear diatomic, that means O2, C2, B2, etc. Then heteronuclear diatomic, definitely study those, and don't go beyond that, it is not required. So level is not that much up. I don't expect they will ask those things. Triatomic molecules, so heteronuclear diatomic, CO, CN, these things definitely you have to check. So inorganic chemistry is now completed. In main group chemistry, if you get some time, then complete some factors, some things, uh, that is back bonding and borazine, those things, those names, those molecule, inorganic benzene, borazine, these things, back bonding, inorganic polymers. Inorganic polymers means that inorganic polymers means Bn whole n, boron nitride. These basic things you can study, or inorganic basic things of back bonding. In back bonding, which orbitals are involved? 2 pi, 2 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. Which back bonding occur? Which back bonding do not occur? Some molecules in some temperature behave like a polymer, and some temperature this is solid. So read those things. Okay. So these are, when other things you will complete, then go for that only. So these are basically, I have completed the inorganic part: radioactivity, physical, organic, inorganic, and then analytical chemistry. And analytical chemistry is very much broad, so it is not easy task to tell what to study about analytical chemistry. But if I would get a little bit hint before my examination that questions, there are possibility to come questions from analytical chemistry, then I would be using this sequence. I'd be following this sequence. First, in analytical chemistry, I would be reading those organic tests. In organic chemistry, we perform many tests: Tolen's test, Fehling test, Benedict test. So which type of functional group gives what type of test? First I would complete that, and I would insist you to definitely complete that. This is the part of organic chemistry itself, so you have to take care of those tests. For example, there are very simple question given that among the 6 molecules, which are going to give you Fehling's test, or which are going to give you Benedict test. So I think you should read that. Second, I would read those, you can say, those filtering techniques, those basic filtering techniques, and HPLC filtering techniques, HPLC, fractional distillation, these basic things. Flame test, this in flame test, which um, uh, S block elements give which color. These things I would study. Third part would be, my preparation would be Lassine test. Definitely I would study those Lassine tests, which test or which compound is used in which test, and which complex is formed, and that is giving which color, those things. So these things I used to cover, and after that I would leave those things, because this is a very much relevant. There are no much certainty that the questions come from those. I have 2 books of analytical, two, not two, I have 4 books on analytical chemistry. Vogel's chemistry, there are 2 part of Vogel's chemistry, and there are other 2 books also I read in masters. So it is a huge portion, analytical chemistry, and you can't predict and you can't invest that much time for analytical chemistry, because the examination is not 1 or 2 year later, right? So you have less time. Okay, so these mistake you should not do, that randomly start reading or following something else. So read with this sequence. Okay, and After reading with this sequence, practice questions from YouTube, from Quora. You will be getting some questions, previous year question, memory based questions also from there. Okay, so don't jump for practicing lot of question, practicing previous year of NET, GATE, SET, etc. So there are too much question and you will not be able to complete all the portions. And when you will attend the examination, try to attempt 100, try to attempt go to 100 questions, not attempt, I would say. Try to visit question number 100 from question number 1. There will be many questions in the last, maybe in the last, that are very much easy. So if you spend so much time in the initial question, then you will not able to visit there even. And there will be some questions which will be numerical type of question, and you know the formula, you know the datas are given, but you know if you go for the calculation, then it will take at least 3 minutes, because you have to type those in calculator, isn't it? So don't attempt those in the initial stages. Keep them marked for review. Otherwise your easy questions will be left in last question, in last portion or in middle portion. You may have some questions in those, just you have to read the questions and your answer is in front of you. You don't have to even touch your pen even. So uh, try to attempt in such a way that you at least visit from question 1 to 100, and those questions you think it will take time, then those questions you have to mark for review, and after that you have to visit. And there will be some questions that will be difficult, so leave them, don't make them mark for review. If you mark for review all the questions you seems to be difficult in the first phase, then everything will be in the final, in the sideboard, in the dashboard of the questions. Then some questions you have attempted that will be in green color, and those you have not attempted will be in red color, and those questions which you have marked for review will be in blue color. So everything you will mark for review, then that is of no sense. That is the questions, those are seems to be difficult for you, just leave them, so it will be red marked from there. And those are blue marked, that will be marked for review. So after that you can distinguish. So after completing for question 1 to 100, you have to visit those blue marked portion. When the blue marked portion is done, then go for red marked portion which you have left. Okay, so in one question, if you are not getting any clue, just read another time. Read another time, just read 2 times, and then if you want to skip, then skip. If you find it difficult, then you are not understanding, you are not getting any point, just skip that. Don't mark for review that question. Okay, mark for review for those question who you are for whom you are sure it will take time, but after a little bit thinking you can skip. And those question you have to mark for review where you are 50% sure, you are not 100% sure, you are 50% sure. For those questions you will mark for review, and those questions which will take more time than expected, then also put them in mark for review. Other question skip, that will be in red mark. So we have to visit them at last, completely complete 100 question, then go for the blue mark for review, then go for the red dots. Okay, so these are the overall brief. And I would insist you to watch the video of preparation strategy for BRC examination. That means how I made my notes. Okay, for those, how I completed those things. So I would insist you the click on that video. Your yeah, it is visible to your screen. Click on that, click on this video in your screen, and watch that video. Watch that video how to make note. Okay, make a smart note. Don't read too much. These are the overall things. Don't read too much. Compile those things. Compile whatever you have studied from whatever the sources. Compile those things. Okay, I hope it is helpful for you. Have a nice day and start preparing. Thank you.